The sun rose, and the ocean was already lying. At 6:45 a.m., on the 25th of October 1944, a lone American pilot looked northwest and felt his stomach drop. Out of the mist came tall, pagoda-style masts, too many, too big, too unmistakable. This wasn't a stray patrol plane report. This was the Imperial Japanese Navy's center force, bearing down like a rolling thunderhead. Asterisk, asterisk, CTA, right now, asterisk, asterisk. If you love true stories where courage punches physics in the face, asterisk, asterisk, save this asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk, share it with one friend, asterisk, asterisk. And asterisk, asterisk, comment, Johnston, asterisk, asterisk, so I know to write more like this. Because what happened next is one of the most unbelievable, you can't make this up moments in military history. A quiet job. A worst possible morning. Task Unit 77.4.3, nicknamed asterisk, asterisk, Taffy 3. Asterisk, asterisk was never supposed to fight a surface fleet. They were the scrappy support crew. A handful of slow escort carriers and a screen of small destroyers and destroyer escorts. Their ships were thin-skinned, lightly armored, and built to hunt submarines, SWAT aircraft, and provide close fire support for troops landing on asterisk, asterisk, Leyte, asterisk, asterisk. These sailors called their destroyers asterisk, asterisk, tin cans. Asterisk, asterisk, not as a joke, more like a warning label. Then the pilot's report hit the radio. 4 battleships, 6 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 11 destroyers, and leading them, asterisk, asterisk, Yamato, asterisk, asterisk. The Yamato wasn't a ship. It was a moving continent of steel around asterisk, asterisk, 72,000 tons. Asterisk, asterisk, with main guns that fired shells the weight of a small car. One clean hit could erase a destroyer like it was a pencil mark. Taffy 3 didn't have battleships. They didn't have heavy cruisers. They didn't even have the times right kind of morning times for this. They had thin hulls, short-range guns, a few torpedoes, and a mission: protect the carriers and the troops on the beaches. The math was cruel. Japan outweighed them massively, outgunned them, and had surprise on their side. If the Japanese center force broke through, the vulnerable American transports and landing forces at Leyte could be slaughtered. You can hear the panic in the story even decades later. Carriers turning to run, pilots scrambling into the sky, radio calls colliding into static. And then the first shells started landing, throwing up enormous colored geysers so Japanese gunners could walk their fire onto targets. It looked like a massacre with a schedule. The Admiral's one mistake. Admiral Takeo Kurita had caught Taffy 3 off guard, but he didn't know one critical thing. Who was on the bridge of the lead American destroyer? Asterisk, asterisk, USS Johnston, asterisk, asterisk. His name was asterisk, asterisk, Commander Ernest E. Evans, asterisk, asterisk, a Cherokee from Oklahoma with the kind of spine that makes history stumble. When Johnston was commissioned, Evans told his crew something that sounds like a line from a movie, except he lived it. This is going to be a fighting ship. I intend to go in harm's way. Anyone who doesn't want to go along had better get off right now. On the morning the Japanese fleet appeared on the horizon, Evans didn't wait for permission. He didn't even wait for the rest of the screen to settle into position. He saw his escort carriers slow, exposed, and packed with aircraft running for their lives. And he made a decision that logic hates. He ordered the Johnston to asterisk, asterisk, turn around, asterisk, asterisk, while everyone else was trying to escape the monster. This 2,000-ton destroyer put its bow toward Yamato and times charged asterisk. It was a suicide run, one ship against an armada. Full speed. The tin can runs at the mountain. Evans called for flank speed. The Johnston surged to about 30 knots, vibrating like a knife blade. Japanese lookouts had to be thinking, is that destroyer coming times at us, asterisk? Then the battleships opened fire. 14-inch shells, 18-inch shells. The sea erupted around Johnston in towering columns of water and steel. But Evans was a master mariner, and he did something that sounds insane until you understand it. He asterisk, asterisk, chased the splashes, asterisk, asterisk. He steered times toward times where the last shells hit, betting that the Japanese gunners would correct their aim and overshoot. Zigzagging through geysers, he threaded the ship through a storm designed to kill him. At roughly 10,000 yards, Johnston's 5-inch guns finally reached range. Open fire. Those guns were pea shooters compared to Yamato's. But they were accurate, fast, and angry. Johnston hammered the Japanese heavy cruiser Kumano ***, raking its superstructure and setting it burning. Smoke rose. Men scrambled. Metal screamed. Still, guns weren't enough. Evans needed torpedoes. He closed to about 6,000 yards point blank in naval warfare. Fire torpedoes. 10 torpedoes punched into the sea. Then Johnston whipped around and vanished behind a smoke screen as Japanese shells chewed the water. Minutes later, underwater detonations rocked the surface. Kumano's bow was blasted off. The lead Japanese cruiser dropped out of formation burning, broken, and suddenly times not leading anything. Asterisk. First blood, America. From a tin can. And then the Empire noticed him. If you poke a giant in the eye, the giant tends to look down. The Japanese guns shifted. Their fury narrowed. They decided this lone destroyer needed to disappear. At about 7:30 a.m., luck finally ran out. 3 heavy shells crashed into Johnston. The damage was brutal. The engine room wrecked. A boiler knocked out. Speed cut. Steering smashed. Radar dead. Decks turned into a nightmare of fire, shrapnel, and screaming metal. Evans was on the bridge when it happened. The blast stripped him of his shirt. 2 fingers on his left hand were blown off. Shrapnel embedded in his chest and face. Most commanders would call it, "Abandon ship. Save who you can." Evans wrapped his mangled hand in a handkerchief and stood up. Then he moved to where he could help steer manually, shouting orders down to sailors turning the rudder by hand. The Johnston was wounded. Evans was wounded. But the fight wasn't done. The second charge. No torpedoes? Then we'll bluff with fire. Through smoke and chaos, Evans spotted Japanese destroyers lining up for torpedo runs, aiming at the escort carriers fleeing in the distance. Those carriers were the heart of Taffy 3. If torpedoes hit them, the battle ends in minutes. The Johnston had already spent its torpedoes. It had only one good engine. It was burning, and yet Evans turned the ship around again. He charged the destroyers. He fired at anything that moved. He maneuvered the crippled Johnston as if it were brand new, aggressive, unpredictable, relentless. And here's the psychological magic. He acted times like he still had torpedoes. The Japanese destroyers, shocked by the ferocity of this lone American ship, misread the situation. They thought a larger force must be nearby. They fired their torpedoes too early and turned away. The torpedoes missed the carriers. Read that again. A wrecked destroyer with no torpedoes. Saved the carriers by bluffing an entire destroyer squadron. If this were fiction, you'd call it unrealistic. But the Pacific didn't care what sounded realistic. Surrounded. Out of ammo. Still unbroken. By around 9:30 a.m., the Johnston was surrounded. Battleships and cruisers circled like wolves. Shells pounded the ship into a shattered skeleton. The bridge was destroyed. Guns went quiet not because the crew quit, but because they had no ammunition left. Dead and dying sailors lay across the decks, the sea around them slick with oil. Evans finally gave the order. Abandon ship. Men jumped into the water cold, fuel-stained, and alive only because time had been bought for them in minutes and blood. As they floated, they watched their ship roll over, and then something happened that none of them expected. A Japanese destroyer passed slowly by the sinking Johnston. The Americans braced to be machine-gunned. Instead, they saw the Japanese captain standing on the wing of the bridge. He raised his hand, and saluted ***. Even the enemy recognized what they had witnessed. Courage so loud it crossed languages. Ernest Evans was not seen again. He went down with his ship last to leave the fight. Why this matters, and why people still talk about it. Here's the part that turns this from a battle story into a human story. Taffy 3 Johnston, Samuel B. Roberts, and the other tin cans didn't just fight ships. They fought time's certainty ***. They fought the cold arithmetic of tonnage and armor and gun caliber. They fought the idea that you can't. Their aggression, their smoke screens, their torpedo attacks, their aircraft flying with whatever bombs they could carry, sometimes even without proper ordnance, created chaos. It made Kurita believe he was facing the main American fleet. It made him hesitate. It made him doubt his own eyes. And that doubt mattered. Kurita, commanding one of the most powerful surface forces ever assembled, eventually ordered a retreat. He had a path to the vulnerable invasion transports at Leyte, but he turned away because a few tin cans fought like battleships. That decision helped save thousands of lives on the beaches and in the landing zones, men who would never know the names of the sailors dying over the horizon for them. Evans understood what he was doing. He knew he couldn't win. He was buying minutes, selling his ship, his body, and his crew's strength one heartbeat at a time so others could live. That's not just bravery. That's purpose under pressure. Evans was awarded the Medal of Honor posthumously, remembered as a leader who didn't treat impossible as a verdict, only as a price. A social media truth that hits hard. We love to say, be fearless, go all in, never back down. But most of the time we mean it metaphorically, like it's a motivational poster you scroll past while waiting for coffee. Johnston makes those words real. It's the reminder that audacity isn't loud confidence. It's action when your hands are shaking. It's choosing responsibility when you'd rather choose safety. It's showing up when you're outmatched, making a move when nobody will blame you for running, doing the hard thing because it protects someone who can't protect themselves. You don't need a destroyer to do that. You need a decision. If this story grabbed you, do this next. 1. *** comment. *** tin can. If you want a part 2 on the other ships of Taffy 3. 2. ***. Share. ***. Send this to someone who's facing something big right now. 3. ***. Follow ***. I post stories where history feels like a movie because sometimes it actually was. And remember, it isn't the size of the ship in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the ship. P.S. If you're reading this at 2 a.m., wondering if you're strong enough for what's next, remember Johnston. You don't need perfect odds. You need the next brave step. Drop A in the comments so this finds the next person who needs it.